Om. The mystery of the spirit, specially related to the soul and body in human being, is indeed a great, great mystery. Mystery because it is coming from the Greek word myste, meaning the initiated in the sacred mysteries, in the sacred teachings of Greece in the older times, in antiquity, and coming also from the word myste, being silent. We can say that the spirit is known only to each person in his deep being within, in his silence levels, or at least in the receptive levels. And so it's very difficult to prove it in scientific methods as the ones used by the Western type of science, who relies in accurate and objective experimental verification that can be replicated. Or the spirit is all less replication. It is a law by itself. It is a grace by itself. It manifests when we wants and feels, and when we merit. Then it can be seen or felt by each one of us, or by a group or two persons. That is the way of the spiritual level working. There is a kind of unity of beings, and in this unity of beings, when we merit to have communion with the Spirit, we have the communion with Him, and we see Him or we feel Him. Feeling is easily understandable. We can feel some of his effects in our soul or psychic apparatus, meaning the feelings and the thoughts, or we can see it. See him meaning in the spiritual eye, we can see the spirit, and that are the deep levels and the mysteries, how it appears to each person, and how you can know and be sure that is truly a vision of the Spirit, is a grace of himself or itself to us, or if it is an illusion, an imagination, a suggestion. Each one has to really enter within his own being and practice daily some meditation or some prayers or some silence or some kind of higher creativity to be more and more attuned to the Spirit and receive time to time some of his present energies. Surely the Spirit is with us all the time, although in a higher level, and we don't have so much relation to Him. Still He is with us, within us, and the path, the spiritual way, is in a certain way to say it. It is a path of getting more united, more in communion with that Spirit. Some people ask, where is it? Can we sense it somewhere, especially, well, is deep within ourselves. We can say that is the heart of the heart. Some mystics in the process of evolution of mankind have given assurance and experience, like some Persian masters, or like some Christian masters and saints, who have dwelt within deep and have seen and have felt this presence in the art. I can say indeed that the art is the most open and the easiest way to feel the spirit within us. Although it is not special localized in one place, as is a spiritual entity, a spiritual point of light, we can say, or a teeny star, we can also say, and then we are entering in the higher levels of this sacred mystery of the spirit, being a teeny point of light, and according to quantum physics, we can see that the particles can act as particles and waves, and so this spirit can be seen as a small entity, or it can become a wave of energy and light present everywhere in our body and extending our body. And then we maybe should speak more about the spiritual body. And so, in a certain way, we have to grow our identification and consciousness from the physical body to a subtle body, to a psychic and spiritual body. That is, in a certain way, the meditation process. We calm our minds and thoughts, and we feel more our own being in silence, and in this own being we feel this light and energy body that is within our physical body. Well, the spiritual level of itself is the highest and deepest core of this body, and its center is really the teeny star of the spirit, the teeny immortal point coming from the divine source or the divine sun. This is our very secret and higher levels of the truth, but many people will not accept it. That means that we have free will to be open or not open to the truth, to search or not search the truth, and each person will definitely have his own truth according to his state of evolution, to his state of awakening. And so we cannot so much enforce in anyone whatever is true for us, either because the others have not reached that point, either even because our point of view may be not so universal, it be particular to us. So we have to be humble and search always the light and the truth, in a sense of asking the blessings of the unified field of energy and information, or the Anima Mundi, as the ancient people from Greece and Rome and Syria were using, as the Gnostics and Platonics and Neoplatonics. This Anima Mundi, this Logos, also spoken as the intelligence of the cosmos, is really behind each one of us, and through our efforts we can grasp some of his tenets, some of his energies and patterns and archetypes. So this process of approaching the spirit is a very creative process, as we are billions of spirits, and in a cosmos meaning a whole that is beautiful and has order in itself, and so we are related to so many other beings and entities and ideas and energies that we should be really very peaceful, very lovely, very humble to enter in a valuable dialogue for the emergence of the true and of the paradigms of a better state of mankind. This is our path of the search of the spirit, to be identified more with our own being, and not so much with our body, its instinct, wishes, neither with the personality, with its shortcomings, but try to go behind these indeed important factors and aspects of our being that are not the essence. The essence is the spirit, the spiritual being that we are, and we should be more and more related to that through this self-awareness, through the meditations and prayers, where we don't surrender to the mass media massification and alienation, but we create our own thoughts and feelings and inner states of conscience, and then we radiate for the cosmos, for the benefits of mankind. There is also many thousands, almost millions of groups of religious and esoteric and new age tendencies, some more sectarian, some more fanatical, some more misleading, many ruled by ambition and money. So we have to take care to see that not everything that is speaking about light or love or the soul or the spirit is correct. Many times even what is speaking is to make confusion to the people, or to keep them under the sway of the old texts from the old religions like Judaism, Christianism, Islam, that are really bound too much to the letter and lost the spirit. Only some mystical or some very simple persons can go behind the letters, and they can really feel the spirit and the divine. Just mention now the divine. Indeed, the experience of the divine is really a most sacred moment in the lives of each one of us, and we should hold and treasure these moments when the source or the wall or a particular phase or aspect of divine being has been manifested to our conscience. And indeed, that were moments when we are very near the spirit, and we were spirits doing a nice work or a nice effort, and then meriting to receive the blessing, as they say in India, the darshan, the vision of the divine. So let us pray the divine being that he may, he or she, it, as the divine is behind the male and female distinction, it contains everything, and this divine being is the source of the spirit, and so we can if we move more to our level of the spirit, to feel more the divine, and it will be felt more in our heart and seen in the third eye. We have to recognize the importance of having a heart in harmony with the feelings, with the rhythms, with the stress and the anxiety, not leaving that hamper and distorts our vibrations and our connections between the body, mind and soul and spirit. And so meditation in the breathing and in the heart beating can help you to go out of the mess of uncontrolled thoughts appearing too much in your awareness and enter more in the rhythmic system that is working within you, in the heartbeat and in the pulse and pressure in the blood, and also in the in-breathing and out-breathing that are not just physical but are also spiritual. You are also breathing the energies of the cosmos that are surrounding you in colors and in density or subtlety of frequencies and vibration. So this is why it's good to have some connection with the spiritual tradition of your country and some of its rings or people who have been there and are still working in the visible realms, or with your ancestors or with your guardian angel, and then you can have a better harmonization and a better open channel to the spiritual realms through what we have been doing and cherishing with these particular people or trends or tradition. So may you find more your spirit and the spiritual realm with its masters and higher beings and angels. May they bless you and may open and help you to be open to the divine being in the heart, in the soul, in all your being. So this was a small satsang made in English in an improvisation on the 15th June 2017 in Lisbon. As today at 6 o'clock I shall speak about my last book, From the Soul to the Spirit, written in Portuguese in the Book Fair of Lisbon, and that was a small essay in order to, sometimes in these essays we can receive some new understanding or new vision or new information from the spiritual realms, as if we are truly open and striving to have a better relation to the spirit, we are opening channels and approaching to his light, and this light will be shining more in us, and so our understanding will be more accurate about himself and about the mysteries of life, and about this entanglement of minds in the unified field of energy and information that is circulating around us and within us and through us. So in this particular moment I address to your own spirit. May you be more faithful to him, to have more times of silence communion with him, not eating, for example, immediately in the morning, but having some time to be in peace with him, and being more aware in the middle of the night with your dreams and with your experience with the psychic and spiritual levels of your being. And through all that, you can become more aligned with the spirit, and the spirit can become more alive in yourself, and so it will be giving better energies to the cosmos. So you wish you had a good and interesting moment with this learning. I shall put a new image on the screen from a hawk of the mountains of cherries, and that it seems really the dragon and the inner energies of your deep being that should be awakened more in aspiration and striving to go beyond the massification and alienation. May you be successful in your union with the spirit